Hello, friends. I'm super excited today. Do you know why? Because we are going to do a social studies lesson together. I'm so excited to learn alongside with you. Now, I said this last week, but just in case you need a little reminder, I will not be reading from the textbook that you have, but we'll still be learning and talking about the same information. So if after we're done, you want to go ahead and maybe learn some more or read some more, you can go ahead and read the textbook. All right, friends, before we start, you need two things. Do you know what they are? Right. You need a pencil and something to write on. So why don't you go ahead and pause this video while you go and get those. Welcome back, friends. Before we read, we are going to go over four main words. That's important to know what the definition is before we read our story. So the first word, can you spell this word with me? M-O-T-O-R-S. Do you know what this word says? This word says motors. Can you say that word for me? Motors. Great job. Have you heard of that word before? What do you think it means? When I think of the word motors, I think of a car motor or a motorcycle motor. I think of a machine that helps to power something. It gives that object the energy that it needs to move and to work. So I'm going to write engines that power a machine. All right, the second word, can we spell this word together? O-A-R-S. Do you know what this word says? This word says oars. Can you say that for me? Oars. Great job. Have you ever heard of that word before? What do you think an oar is? I'm pretty sure I've seen oars when I've seen people in boats. Do you think maybe you've seen an oar then? Maybe they had oars on the sides of the boat to help them move. An oar is a long stick with a paddle at the end. So, for the definition, I'm going to put a long stick with a flat paddle at the end used to move a boat. Perfect. All right, let's try and spell this next word. This word is really long. Transportation. That was a super long word. But do you know what this word is? This word says transportation. Can you say that for me? Transportation. Great job. Have you ever heard of this word before? What do you think transportation is? Transportation is something that helps people move from one place to another. So I'm going to put something that allows people to move from one place to another. Can you think of any examples of transportation? I can think of cars, buses, the train. Those are just some that I thought of. All right, let's move on to the last word. Let's spell it together. W-A-G-O-N-S. Do you know what this word says? This word says wagons. Can you say that for me? Wagons. Great job. Do you know what a wagon is? I sometimes use a wagon when I go to the beach. A wagon is a cart with 4 wheels that is used to carry people or items. Sometimes maybe you have gone for a ride in a wagon before. I can't fit in a wagon usually, but when I go to the beach, I like to put my blanket in a wagon and some yummy snacks and sunscreen. All right, now that we have gone over the 4 main words, we are going to get started and read. Oh, I already see one of our words. What word do you see? Transportation, Past and Present by Carrie Dinmont. Let's read what this book is going to be about. This carefully leveled text compares and contrasts transportation of the past to transportation of the present. So we're going to learn about transportation from a long time ago and transportation that's used today. I'm so excited. Transportation through history. Transportation is how people get around. It is always changing. Here I see some kids riding bikes. Bikes is definitely a type of transportation. In the past, people rode horses to travel. They also rode in wagons pulled by horses. I see another vocabulary word. What is our second vocabulary word on this page? Wagons. Great job. Oh, look, I see some kiddos in a wagon. Have you ever gone for a ride in a wagon before? Today, some people still ride horses, but most people get around in cars. How else do people get around today? We talked about it a little bit before, but people get around today with bus or by walking or maybe riding a scooter. There are so many ways to get around. People traveled on the water in boats. Oars or sails moved the boats along. Friends, I see a third vocabulary word. What is our third vocabulary word that can be found on this page? It's oars. Great job. People still use oars and sails, but today many boats have motors. I see 2 vocabulary words on this page, but I see the fourth vocabulary word that we have not seen before. What is the last vocabulary word that we can find on this page? Motors. Great job. I have a question. Where can you travel on a boat? You can travel maybe to a beach, or if you're on a lake, or maybe if you're on vacation where in some place that's really warm or sunny. Trains were once the fastest way to travel. Trains also carried goods from place to place. Have you ever been on a train? I have. It was a lot of fun. Trains still carry goods and people. They are even faster today. I have a question. What kind of goods can a train carry? Trains can carry people, they can carry food, they can carry toys. Trains can carry so many different types of things. The first airplanes were small. Today, airplanes hold hundreds of people. Airplanes travel to far away places quickly. Have you ever been on an airplane? I have. I think that airplanes are also a lot of fun. Walking has always been a great way to get around. What is your favorite way to travel? I think that walking is my favorite way to travel because then I get to enjoy the outdoors. I get to maybe see some cool animals and I get to bump into my friends and talk to them and say hello. I definitely think that walking is one of my favorite ways. Oh, we are all done, but before we finish, I'm going to read these last two pages of then and now. So first I'm going to read the then column. Then, people rode horses, people paddled boats, and trains were the fastest way to travel. And then today, people drive cars, boats have motors, airplanes are faster. Oh, right. Now let's see if our definitions were correct. So the first word we have motors. It says that motors are engines that make energy to run a machine. We were right about that one. Then we have oars. Oars are paddles attached to long handles that help people move boats. We were also right about that one. Transportation, something that allows people to travel from one place to another. We were definitely right about that. And then our last word is wagons. And wagons are carts with four wheels that are used to carry goods and people. Friends, that was a great book that we read together. I'm so happy that we were able to learn alongside each other. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.